Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today is going to be an absolutely amazing video. Only high dollar sales. And we've been having a lot of them lately. So there's going to be almost 40 things in this video that sold for over $50 or more and are high profit. So I will show you the item. I will tell you where I bought it. I will tell you how long it took to sell and how much profit I made from it. So once again, all my own sales from the last month. So this first one I showed on a what sold video, and I also did a research video on Lisa Frank. If you missed that last week, definitely check it out. Something you want to be looking for. This is a rare Lisa Frank kissing fish note card set, pen, stickers, confetti. I did put NOS, which means new old stock, vintage set. This one sold for $64.99. Here you can see the back with the stickers, a little bit of wear to this with age. And I sold two of them at $65 each. I paid $4, so they are over a $50 profit. All right, this next one is a vintage large 7-inch brass camel trinket dish or ashtray. I did put heavy molded and MCM, which stands for mid-century modern. So this one sold for $64.35. And we will take a look at it here. You can see has some wear with age. It did have little legs for it to stand on. You can see there on the back. There they are. And this one was a great sale. It did take a little longer to sell, but it sold for $64.35. I only paid $5, so this one is actually close to a $50 profit as well. Next is this gorgeous Prince Edward Island vintage circle pen, 2 inches. I did put brooch or scarf sash, sold for $64.99. I am about $5 in. So another one close to that $50 profit. And here you can see up close with the measuring tape, it is not much over 2 inches. And this is the RD 1904. I know it is hard to read there. Sometimes it's hard to get your camera to focus on these. You can see it a little clearer there, but this one only took about 3 months or so to sell, and it was a great profit. Next, if you already watched my Lisa Frank video, you would have seen this. This is a Lisa Frank vintage everyday product catalog, and it sold for $65. I paid $4 each for all of the Lisa Frank. I picked them up in an online estate auction, and there were about 100 items in the lot. I paid $400, so about $4 in. And this one is over a $50 profit. Here you can see I do show the inner pages of that catalog. With something I'm pricing over $50, I'm going to take quite a few pictures of that so they can see. And this one sold in under a week of being listed. If you hear a cat, that is my cat Pig. He is in here by me going crazy, meowing because he wants to be pet. So if you hear a cat, you are not hearing things. Up next is this vintage Waterford Balthazar Wiseman Nativity Christmas figurine. It was in the box. This one I got in a lot from Susan, who is George the Antique Nomad's friend. She sets up with him at Renninger's, which actually Renninger's is coming up next weekend, I believe. So if you haven't been to Renninger's in Mount Dora, definitely a good time to check it out. And George the Antique Nomad will be there. So I got about 10 pieces from Susan for $200. So about $20 into each. So this one's about a $35 profit, but it did sell in under a month. And here you can see the pictures we take of it. This is on a white background and we use Photo Room to remove the back. You can see it still has the original sticker. And this one was a great sale. I got them listed just before Christmas. So perfect timing on that. And they sold very fast. Up next is this Ben Amun gold tone faux pearl triple strand necklace, 22 inches long. I did put statement and classic, sold for $103 and I am less than $5 in. So this is over an $80 profit. And here you can see up close, just gold link and then faux pearl. Here is that Ben Amun, definitely a name you want to keep an eye out for. I was not familiar with it until doing research because I had several of his pieces here. And this one actually sold in about 2 months. So pretty fast sale. Next, this is a really cool piece that sold in only a day. It is an antique fly fishing creel, brown wicker basket, leather trim. It does say reed because you can see here the strap close to the basket is broken. Please see photos. So I will show you here the strap that connected the top to the bottom is what broke. And we do have it in a bag there if they want to attempt to repair it with the original piece. And it sold in a day and it actually sold to a reseller. They asked me to get the shipping down, said they were reselling it. I did research it. I took a best offer of $58. I only paid about $20. So I made about a $20 profit and it sold in 1 day. Mickey Mouse wins that took the longest to sell on this video. I only paid $5 for it. I was really surprised. This is like a giant Mickey Mouse. It is 48 inches, so 4 feet tall. Got it at a consignment store, which is not a place that I frequent often, but you can find things there. So paid $5. It's about a $50 profit, but it took like 2 years to sell. So I got to sit and look at Mickey for 2 years. So here you can see him up close. He was from either Disneyland or Disney World Park. And yeah, I just took pictures of him sitting in my shed, removed the background. I am happy with the sale, and to ship him, we put him in a big box. So if stuff sells for over $50, I tend to put it in boxes versus just throwing it in a poly bag. If it had been a lower cost one, that is what I would have done. Up next is another fast sale. This one sold for $84.49 in under a month. It is a vintage pink iridescent art glass perfume bottle, atomizer, tassel, set of 3, Victorian. I picked these up for $20 at the last Renninger's Antique Fair. Again, that is the 3rd weekend of January and February if you're in Florida or are going to be here on vacation. So I picked this up for $20 from somebody at Renninger's. So it's about a $45 profit after fees, and it was not signed. And I put them together because I didn't feel like individually they would be worth that much, and they sold pretty fast. Up next, I sold 2 of these. I accepted a best offer of $45, so it was a $90 sale. This is a Tiffany & Co. black suede necklace display gift set box. And these I picked up at an online auction lot. I paid about $5 each, so I'm $10 in. So it's about a $70 profit on the 2 that sold. You can see here it does have the satin suede inner piece as well as the outer box. And we do take a lot of pictures of the boxes because they are worth so much. They also had the paper inside of them. So this was a great sale and they sold in under a month. Next is this vintage Sorrento Spode 4-cup porcelain teapot. I did put Copeland, England stamp with the lid. It sold for a best offer of, I believe, $90. I'm only 5 into this. I got this at a local in-person auction. And this one took about a year and a half. It wasn't really fast, but it was about a $70 profit. And here you can see the pictures we take. And here I want to show this has a lot of crazing. And you do want to make sure you note that and show it in pictures. But with a lot of older items, it is expected that it is going to have the crazing. So don't pass over teapots and things like that just because they have crazing. They will still sell. This I think was a really good pickup. This I picked up at a thrift store for $12. It sold for $84.49 and it sold in about a month too, pretty fast. It is a vintage McMurray varsity jacket, Sun Microsystems, Java software. So about a $60 profit. Here you can see it up close. McMurray of California, extra large. There were comps. That is why I paid up. $12 is quite a bit for me to pay for a jacket in a thrift store. But this one was a great sale and it sold very fast. Dalton wanted to interrupt to show you Lucifer. He's got 3 of the cats in here playing with him. It is cold outside. It is 40 right now in Florida. It is cold. We have the heater going. Dalton's got 3 of the cats in here playing, and I'm making my videos. All right, tell them bye.
Bye.
He'll be back,
Bye.
I'm sure. His first tooth he lost. So this one, I had no idea what it was. This is an antique bronze souvenir, France Medicine Edouard from 1909. It is a souvenir medal, sold for $64.99. I got this from George the Antique Nomad at the last Renninger's Antique Fair. Paid about $5, so it's about a $45 profit, and it actually sold in under a month. I was very, very happy with this sale. I did use Google Lens to identify it, and I was very, very surprised at how fast this one sold. Now, this one, I'm not sure if I made a mistake. If you are familiar with vintage Native American pieces, let me know. I put this on auction at $49.99 and somebody sent me an offer of $100 on the first day of the auction. I accepted because I'm only about $5 in, so it's actually about an $85 profit on this piece. I know you see the $49.99. I'll click here and show you. They sent me a best offer of $100 and I ended it just so you can see that there. And here you can see the photos. I had never seen one like this, and this one looked really, really old. So I did put it on the auction, but I ended it early. Let me know if you think I should have taken that 100. And it had been up for about 12 hours, so it wasn't like an immediate offer. If that would have been the case, I probably would not have taken it. And I had no other offers. So $100 sale and quick $85 profit. I absolutely love this guy. He took about 2 years to sell. I am okay with that. He's actually sitting on the shelf on my desk to be shipped out tomorrow. This is a 15-inch large Mudhead Kachina hand-carved wood. It was signed IM. It was Hopi Navajo. I did put reed, which means there was some damage. And damage is pretty often on Kachinas. They are pretty fragile. So it took forever, but it was a nice, probably about $75 to $80 profit. And here you can see Mudhead IM13, that signature on the bottom. And the Kachinas are something I have found they do take a little bit longer to sell. You really have to find the right buyer that this is calling out to them. But I absolutely love them, so I'm okay with them being on display until they sell. Up next, this is a large Hermes authentic Roulis mini bag for purse, shoes. I did put large storage dust bag. Sold 2 of these at $45 a piece. So this was a $90 sale. I figure I have no cost into these. I got these when I bought a big lot of designer boxes. So these are going to be about a $75 profit. You can see this is so crazy. The tag on this here Look at that. This bag was originally $13,000. Not the dust bag, but the purse that went inside of it. So crazy. And this was a really, really good sale. Most of the box stuff I separated. However, this little set I thought was really cute as a set, and keeping it as a set really helped me to get a higher sale. Now, this one sold for $97.49, and it was a bag and a small box. Both of them had flowers, both of them had ribbon, both of which can increase the value of the empty boxes. So sold for $97.49 just before Christmas. So I'm sure it was for a Christmas gift. I am only $8 into this, and it is about an $80 profit. So here you can see the Chanel had the beautiful suede interior, also has that blue flower, which is a little more rare. And this was a great, great sale. It did take about 2 months to sell. Next is this super cool mid-century modern seashell double conch coral flamingo. You can see I did show that it was working. I thought this was super, super cute. Sold for, I believe I took a best offer of 70 on it. They were over 100 in with shipping. Super, super cool piece. It was really, really big. It was almost a foot wide. Cost me like $50 to ship it. I know it says less here, but it went to California. I really love the bright colors they have on the shells. And this one took over 2 years to sell. So Mickey might have had a run for his money with this one. Next is this J. King Blue Jade Mine Finds rainbow cross necklace. It does have the lighter and darker jade. This one I accepted a best offer of $110 on. I am about $20 in, so it's about an $80 profit, and it sold very fast. So somebody told me I was lowering the value of this. The only other one of this listed was listed at $200, but the only one in the last 10 years to sell sold at $76. So actually, I feel like I raised that price by selling it at $110, and I made a quick profit really fast. It has been a while since we have sold a Scalamandre sample. I did a video on high dollar fabric, if you missed that, soon after I bought these. This is a very small 2-foot sample of Scalamandre silk. The pattern is Strawberry Lysaire, and I only paid a few dollars for this. This is over an $80 profit. I had 4 of them, and 3 sold in the first month. They sold super fast. This one took a couple of months to sell. Make sure you're watching for fabric. So this one here, I only knew it was Scalamandre because of this tag that was on it. So most of the sample pieces will have that Scalamandre tag. Otherwise, it is not marked Scalamandre, but definitely a name you need to know. And this one was a great, great sale. All right, this is another multi-quantity sale. We sold 3 boxes to them. It was almost $150 sale on some Louis Vuitton boxes. I do believe these are from the first ones I got from Rod. So I paid him $5 each. So I'm $15 in. It is over $100 profit. And here you can see we do show all the pictures with the tape measure. These boxes we've had about 3 months now that we got from Rod, and an amazing, amazing profit. If you're not already looking for empty boxes, definitely keep an eye out. Next is this gorgeous vintage men's horseshoe sterling silver turquoise ring. This is a Navajo piece. It is size 11, sold for $129. I paid about $50 for this, so it's about a $55 profit. And unfortunately, a lot of these pictures were blurry, and I was gonna update them, and it sold before I could update them. I know it is blurry and out of focus, but it's still sold. Definitely could have gotten some better pictures on that. And it sold in under a month. Next is another one that took quite a bit longer to sell. This is a Swarovski 2005 large annual snowflake ornament. I had multiple of these. I do have one still remaining. I did send out an offer of about $115. I paid about $30 for this. So it's about a $70 profit after fees. And if you do not know about these, please keep an eye out with or without the box, especially the earlier years in the 1990s. They can sell for over $1,000. So make sure you watch out for these Swarovski crystal snowflake ornaments. They can be very, very valuable. All right, I surprise even myself sometimes. This is pretty cool. You can see it's on Mickey on the bottom. And this is a vintage 1971 oil painting, 12-point elk hunter cabin gift decor. There are some keywords thrown in there for you. It sold for $65. I paid less than $5 in an online auction lot. Did take about a year to sell. It's about a $50 profit. There's that Mickey. And then here on the back, you can see the artist is Mickey Suggs. That is how we knew, as well as knowing the year. Those keywords in there like hunter cabin decor, that's stuff that gets this stuff by unknown artists really seen. Up next is this vintage 1980 Barbie doll horse. It is Dallas the horse, an original box. I paid $20 for this. It sold in under a week for $77.99, so it's about a $40 profit. I did pick it up from an online estate auction and had it mailed to me. Here you can see the box is in pretty decent condition for being over 40 years old, and the horse is also as well. And there's that Mattel 1980 mark. And this one was a great sale, very fast, still had that original manual. And you do have to check comps on the Barbie doll stuff because some of it goes surprisingly low, not near as much as you think it would, but this one was a great sale. Next is this Tiffany & Co. Elsa Peretti kidney bean necklace. Was sterling silver with the box and the dust bag. This one sold for $194. I added in the bag and the box because I had them, and the bag and the box do increase the value of jewelry. So make sure you know that. That is why people buy those boxes from me. So I altogether am about $50 into this. It's about a $100 profit. And I got this from an online auction. There you can see the Tiffany & Co. and the Peretti on it, as well as the measurements of both the box and the bag. And this one sold really fast in under a month. All right, these next two I am going to show you sold to the same buyer. So they were $130 sale for the two catalogs. So this is a vintage 1990s Lisa Frank mini catalog set. Sold for $65. I paid $4. Here again, you can see we take a lot of pictures of these catalogs because they're selling for over $50. And the buyer bought this one here as well as this one that you see here, which is a mini catalog activity set in-store merchandiser. Both sold for $65. So here you can see the pictures of the other one. And I will tell you this tin here is the tin I actually just sold last week, which is pretty cool to see it in the catalog. And this was well over $100 profit between the two catalogs. Next, you might have seen this over on my Catch Treasure Hunting channel. I picked this up at a garage sale. I did pay up. I paid, I believe, $80. I probably paid too much. I probably only made about 20 bucks on this. I bought it from a nurse that I used to work with, and I made the mistake of listening to her say that it sold for about $200, which was not correct. However, I did make 20 bucks and it did sell in a week. So do your own research is kind of my takeaway here. And you can see here the photos of all the sides. It was in great shape. It was missing the strap. You can see here exactly what was with it. And I do want to show you, I did put here only includes what is shown in pictures because there are small accessories, and she actually told me that they were inside the bag and they were not. So again, that's on me making the mistake of not checking. But again, not a loss. I did make $20 and it did sell very, very fast. Next is another long tail one. This one took about 2 years as well. This is a vintage Murano Venezia cranberry art glass Dimitas teacup. I did put heavy gold gilt. This one I sold for a best offer of, I believe, $140. I paid about $30 for this, I believe. So it's about a $90 profit. So here you can see the photos of it. This is a beautiful, beautiful cup. Here on the bottom, it says Polly and C, made in Italy, Venezia. I didn't put Polly and C because it didn't seem like a popular brand. And you can see the measurements. It was a teeny tiny little cup, but this one was a great sale. And this is another item I don't mind displaying until it's sold. All right, I haven't sold any of these in a while. I sold a bunch when I first got them in. This one sold for a best offer of $160. This is a Louis Meideke 8.5-inch bowl. I paid $8, so it is actually over $130 profit. Super cool potter, if you are not aware. He is from the Northwest. So nowhere near me. I got lucky. Somebody moved here to Florida and brought their whole collection with them. And this was an amazing, amazing profit. I have made thousands and thousands of dollars off of this buy. And it was a really, really good sale. If you are not familiar with P. Buckley moss, definitely learn the look of this picture. This one is called A Mother's Story, and really, really cool artist. It was limited 112 of 1,000. This one I took a best offer of $160. I paid less than $10 for this though, so it's about $120 profit. Here you can see the numbered. It was made in 1989. And we made the mistake of not putting the measurements. It was a 16 by 16 inch. And as soon as I sent the buyer the measurements that they asked for, they immediately bought it. And I am really, really happy with the sale. I actually had passed up some other P. Buckley moss prints because this one hadn't sold. And it did take about 2 years to sell. I did get it in an online auction, but now I think I will pick some more of these up if I run into them. And I have seen them at the thrift stores and other places, but I hadn't sold any because they take a little longer to sell, but they are really, really cool Amish prints. I offered this on Whatnot, I believe for $100, and nobody took me up on it. And it sold for almost $200 in under a week. So I am about $20 into this. So it is over $130 profit for me. I got this from an online estate auction. Here you can see those numbers, the 830S. It is a Marius Hammer Norway Dragon Viking boat. It is sterling silver and it sold very, very fast. So if somebody had taken me up over on Whatnot, they would have made a quick $70 in under a week. But nobody took me up on it, and I made over $130 profit. We are up to our top 5 sales for the last month. And coming in first here is a Canon AE1. If you do not know this camera, please learn it. This one is a 50 millimeter. It had a lens, and it also had the bag and a flash. And it sold in under a week for almost $200. Now, I did pay up. I paid about $60, but it is still over $100 profit. And it sold very, very fast. So you can see we had the original manual. We do take quite a bit of photos of this. I do not test these. I sell them as untested. And if people ask, I tell them that. So you can see here we took quite a few pictures of the lens as well as that flash and the wear that was on it. Did have an original Canon bag, which was pretty nice. And this one was a really fast sale. I pick up AE1s. If I can get them for $50 or less, I pick them up. All right, this one's kind of funny because I forgot to put the word lobster in the title, and it still sold for over $200 in one day. I did pay up. I paid $150 for this, so I actually only made about $75 profit, but I think I paid a little too much. So when I got a decent offer, I just accepted it really fast. So this is a vintage figural Walter Lample. It is a lobster, even though I did not put that in my title. Sterling silver brooch, moonstone jelly eyes. I got this from an online auction. Again, I do think I paid a little bit too much for this. And there is that signature with the Lample. And I am happy, though. It was a quick $70 profit, but I can get carried away sometimes when I'm bidding. Let me know in the comments if you get carried away on those online auctions as well. Here is another longer tail. This is another one that took 2 years to sell. I did accept a best offer of $175 on this, but I only paid $20. This is a vintage sterling silver heavy overlay floral cobalt blue vase. And I accepted so low because I had it so long and I knew I didn't pay that much. This is a beautiful, beautiful vase, gorgeous. You can see the numbers there on the bottom, and great sale, but again, took a long time to sell. And that is the case with a lot of the higher dollar items. You have to wait for the right buyer. All right, second highest sale was this Louis Vuitton extra large magnetic fold out box. This is one I got from Rod for $5. It sold for $103. It is about an $80 profit. You can see, though, they had to pay over $100 in shipping, which is what bumped this into a higher sale because it was so big. It is 28 inches. So cost a lot to ship, but about an $80 profit. And it did take about 3 months to sell. If you are following me over on Instagram, then you would already know about this sale. This is a rare vintage mid-century modern El Morocco, New York nightclub blue and white zebra ashtray. It is 4 inches and it sold for $324. I paid $1 for this. $1. Paid that at a garage sale down in Key West. If you would like to watch that video where I found it, you can go over to my Catch Treasure Hunting and look for the Key West garage sale video. Paid $1. $325, well over a $250 profit. Here is the Portugal on the bottom. You can see the El Morocco on the side. And it did have this little dark spot that was in with manufacturing. There is a measuring tape, and this is an absolutely amazing, amazing sale, amazing profit off of $1 buy. All right, that was everything. I hope you enjoyed. My favorite was the ashtray. I gotta say, $1 into 300. That doesn't happen very often. Let me know what your favorite thing was. If you're still here, I appreciate you hanging out. Share with your friends if you think they would like. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. And I will see you on the next one.
I shut my eyes, trying not to speak, pretend that I'm dreaming.